नमस्कार दोस्तों, welcome again at Lit eCity, the YouTube channel which provides you soft resources for the preparation of NT NET English exam. We are going through a very interesting series, that is MCQ Marathon, where we pick 5 questions daily, new questions, unseen questions daily from 20th century. And today we are going to discuss some good questions related with poetry. So our today's quiz is dedicated to the poetry of 20th century, and our first question, my dear friends, is who, along with the fellow poet Bruce Andrews, published Language or Language magazine, which became a forum for writing that blurred, confused, and denied the boundary between poetry and critical writing about poetry. It was a path breaking, we can say, a movement related with change in the concept of poetic meaning and form. And these two poets initiated this movement, and they tried to merge the boundary between poetry and prose, poetry and theory through their very, we can say, radical poems. Our options are: first is Ron Silliman, a very popular poet, and he edited The American Tree. The name of the magazine edited by Ron Silliman is the American Tree. Okay, and it was basically published in 1986, and it remains primary language poetry anthology. And he also penned one of the movement's defining critical text, and that text is the New Sentence. He is also known for his long poem The Alphabet, published in 2008, but it is basically a work of almost 30 years in which different alphabets of English are focused on in poems. Okay, the second option is Bob Perelman. Third option, once again, a very important poet, Suzanne Ho. Suzanne Ho, she has written poem like The Liberties, in which she examines the relationship between Jonathan Swift and Esther Johnson. And she has also written a beautiful critical edition of Emily Dickinson poem. Her interest is always in, we can say, in history and unsung history. And last option is Charles Bernstein, who he is also very popular poet, and one of his famous poem is As If the Trees by Their Very Roots Had Hold of Us. So you have to find out the correct answer among these poets. The poet who, along with Bruce Andrews, they were the part of this language poetry or language school. And dear friend, it is Charles Bernstein. I request you to remember these two names: Bruce Andrew, Charles Bernstein, Suzanne Ho, and Language magazine. Going forward with our second question, which among these is not a collection or poem of John Berryman, considered as a key figure in the confessional school of American poetry? Now, dear friends, John Berryman is a very important name, a very popular name in the second half of American poetry. He has written some very popular poems. For example, The Dream Songs, which was published in 1969. Then we have Homage to Mistress Bradstreet. Then we have The Dispossessed, and the last one is Live or Die. Out of these 4 options, there is one which is not written by John Berryman. Okay, let me tell you two particular songs, 2 particular poems you must remember. The Dream Songs, because it is basically a collection, personal sequence of 385 poems, and it also won him Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award. And once again, this one is also important, Homage to Mistress Bradstreet, because it is a book-length dialogue, poetic dialogue with the 17th century poet Annie Bradstreet. Dispossessed is also one of his works. Live or Die, it is not by John Berryman, but another confessional poet, another contemporary. It is written by Annie Sexton. Okay, moving to our question number 3, that is, which poet laureate has written a blank verse autobiography entitled Summoned by Bell? Okay, so we will have 4 options. All of these are poet laureate at one time or other, and one of them has penned this particular autobiography written in blank verse, Summoned by Bell. Our options are John Betjeman, second one is Cecil Day Lewis, third one is Andrew Motion, and the last one is John Masefield. All these have been at one time of history poet laureates, and out of these you have, though they all have written their autobiographies. Let me first tell you the answer. The answer is John Betjeman. Okay, Cecil Day Lewis, please remember these things also. His autobiography is entitled The Buried Day, while Andrew Motion, his autobiography is entitled In the Blood, a memoir of my childhood, and the last one, John Masefield, his autobiography is entitled In the Mill. So these are 4 autobiographies by 4 poet laureates. Moving ahead with our next question, the famous and remarkable poetry collection of this modern American poet include Harmonium, published in 1923, Idea of Order, published in 1935, and Notes Towards a Supreme Fiction, published in 1942. All these are very popular. This poet is also very popular. He has also done some innovative practices in his poetry. Options are Wallace Stevens, second option is Gertrude Stein, third one is William Carlos Williams, and the last one is Ezra Pound. Okay, we all know these are important names. Let me first tell you the answer, and then we will discuss about other poets also. So the writer of this collection, Harmonium, Idea of Order, Notes Towards a Supreme Fiction, is Wallace Stevens. Gertrude Stein, please remember some very important works, and her collection of poetry is entitled Tender Buttons. Okay, it is highly important facts. They may be asked in exam, so please try to remember these things. William Carlos Williams, he has basically written a very famous poem about Patterson, and also Pictures from Bruegel, another good collection by William Carlos Williams. Ezra Pound, what should I say about this poet? He has obviously composed epic-like poem, Cantos, then his Goodbye to London, that is Hugh Salvin Moberly. It is also a poem by Ezra Pound, but our answer is Wallace Stevens. So moving to the last question of the day, regarding as a primary and precedent figure of postmodern poetic groups, and he describes himself as an archaeologist of mourning. This American poet is famous for his exploration of American history through his epic scale poems, the Maximus poems, and he himself was popularly known in his college as Maximus. So we have to find out among these options. The first one is Charles Olson, second one is Robert Greeley, third one is Frank O'Hara, and the last option is Gary Snyder. Once again, I must tell you that these are popular poets, these are radical poets. Charles Olson, he is credited with basically starting the movement, I take my words back, the Black Mountain movement, and other members of that movement are Robert Greeley and Robert Duncan, and he has also written seminal essay Projective Verse, and once again projective verse is about blurring the line between poetry and prose, and he is basically key member of the Black Mountain movement. The name originates from the college, the Black Mountain College, the academic field where these poets work. If we talk about Robert Creeley, he is disciple of Charles Olson and he is also a projectivist poet. Then we have Frank O'Hara. He belongs to the New York School. A bit later than Black Mountain Poets, the New York School was once again famous for its simplicity. And Gary Snyder. Gary Snyder is winner of Pulitzer Prize for his Turtle Island, published in 1974, and Smokey, the Beer Sutra, that is also by Gary Snyder. And Maximus Poems, it is written by Charles Olson. He was the spearhead of the Black Mountain movement. Okay, dear friends, that's all for today. These questions, I tried to bring maximum information along with the questions. Do not go just by these 5 questions. Also try to find out more about the 4 alternatives so that you have 5 facts from one question. So 20 facts, important facts from one particular video. That's all for today. Thank you, dear friends.